Maniacs, welcome back to the channel. Your local bedhead here. We are going to be diving into some UFO stuff. Oh! Now, I'm very excited. I think I raised this way too high. I'm very excited because I'm a big UFO alien person. I mean, when I bought a mask from Immortal Masks, I wanted it to be the green alien because I just genuinely love this kind of stuff. And you guys seem to really enjoy the most convincing Bigfoot footage, you know, and I thought, hey, let's go ahead and do some alien stuff because I love talking about extraterrestrials. I think they're some of the most fascinating things to talk about, and obviously I do believe in extraterrestrials. It would be crazy not to believe there's not something else out there. It's too vast. I mean, the space is just too big for something else not to be out there. So if you want to see more most convincing footage reactions, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Of course, go support the original video by Top 5s. And of course, I will be honest and blunt. If I think something looks fake, I'm gonna say it looks fake. If I think it's not what it seems to be, I'm gonna say it. So just be prepared for that. I know there's some people out there where it's like they think I'm trying to ruin the fun, and I'm really not. Sometimes, though, I just want to point things out that I just don't think are what they appear to be. So anyways, let's go ahead and dive into the video, and I'll give you guys my thoughts during and after the video.
The truth is out there, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at some UFO footage that could potentially prove that we are not alone in this world.
Ooh, okay.
The Iraq UFO. On the 24th of April 2024, an ex-user posted a video that appears to show an unidentified object in the mountain regions of Suleimania, a city in the east of the Kurdistan region of Iraq, not far from the Iran-Iraq border. Take a look.
There's no way it's a plastic bag. Yeah, I think a plastic bag would be a little bit much harder to see compared to something like that. You can definitely tell it's spinning in midair.
Yeah.
Aliens, bro.
The user states, "This is not the first time seeing this, but this time I had the opportunity to record." Midway through the clip, you can see what looks like a white light aura surrounding the potential craft. Many claim that this ambience is actually a propulsion system for the craft itself. It's always good to see footage from other areas around the world, and although we cannot find any information about the region to suggest anything strange happening, it's certainly an interesting piece of footage. Take a look again.
I don't know. I don't know. I always find it weird that some UFOs are spotted during the daytime. As a matter of fact, those are the ones I feel like are probably the most fake, unfortunately, is when it's during the daytime because, you know, these things, if they're out there, they're really surrounding the world, the earth, and, you know, studying us and stuff. I don't think they'd be so careless to just come out in the middle of broad daylight and just show itself. You know, I think most of the footage that I have seen where UFOs are, like, there during the day, I feel like are more fake than possibly the ones that happen at night, if that makes any sense. For all I know, I mean, I could be completely wrong about that. You know, if you've ever seen a UFO during the daytime, you know, let me know in the comment section. I'm actually curious to know if you have.
Seneca Lake anomaly. Take a look at this one, and then we'll discuss.
Oh.
This was uploaded to TikTok, a conspiracy theory in and of itself, and filmed in Seneca Lake, the largest of the glacial Finger Lakes in New York. Now there are three potential theories about this one. It's either an underwater alien spacecraft, also called a USO, or unidentified submerged object, some kind of sea creature or a natural phenomenon. Of course, we'd love it to be either of the first two, but many believe that this is the result of fog settling and making the appearance of a dome. However, what is interesting, and argues against this case, is the fact that the filmer has never in their 7 years of living on the lake seen it before. Many people are then led to believe that this is a cloaked USO hiding beneath the surface of the water. What do you think?
Well, first off, I'm not really a huge on TikTok. When I hear TikTok and I see, you know, paranormal or creepy videos, I mean, the only believable ones are the obvious fake ones that jump scare you. Like, those are the only believable ones on TikTok, in my opinion. Most of the time, it's just a bunch of people just trying to make something up for view's sakes. But, I would probably be more believable. I think the fog theory, where it just looks like a dome, is more believable than a UFO just sitting on the water. Yeah, I'm more lenient into that. I just am. It makes more sense to me. It's, again, it looks like something that could naturally happen. It's weird, of course, but, you know, there's a lot of weird things that happen by just, you know, natural nature. It's not all like, yeah, I don't know if that's extraterrestrial right there.
Florida Orbs. UFO researcher John Bell took the following footage one night on April 29, 2024, in his home state of Florida, as part of a series of clips posted on his social media page, as he attempts to capture what is out there. Take a look at what he got, and note that the beam you see is John using a laser and infrared tech to point directly at a circular light in the sky, which according to many would otherwise be invisible to the naked eye should such mechanics be unavailable. Take a look.
Get a better look at you guys anyway, come on. He's come over quite a bit. Come on, man, ain't nobody gonna bother you out there, come on. You're already here. Why would you come over?
John states that he sees these UFOs often, and they are invisible to the naked eye, and can only be spotted with special equipment. It would make sense for an advanced civilization that would have a craft capable of visiting Earth to have invisible technology. What do you think about this one?
It just looks like he's kind of using night vision and just seeing it. Invisible to the naked eye, but yet this equipment can pick it up. Like a thermal imaging camera, maybe? Like something along those lines. I guess if there was like a spacecraft passing by, a thermal imaging may be able to capture something like that. Possibly, right? I'm not going to put it out of possibilities. Man, it's so interesting because I've seen lights in the skies before that you just can't explain how they're there for a few minutes, they're moving around really fast, and then they're gone. I've seen them move, and I've seen it actually happen. It's pretty bizarre. I'm actually lenient to believe it. I'm actually like, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt for that one.
Ukrainian troops spot something.
I feel like I've seen this.
Troops from the 406th Battalion of the Armed Forces were analysing footage and were shocked when they saw this. The craft was apparently recorded using a militarised heat vision quadcopter drone during a reconnaissance mission. The object is stationary and doesn't seem to move, which allows the team to zoom in closer. The shape, size and darkened shadow encapsulate the stereotypical flying object one associates with extraterrestrials. Now we have no idea what this one could be, but we'd love to hear your thoughts. UFOs being spotted during conflict between nations is certainly not a rare occurrence. Blink and you'll miss it. Take a look at this one recorded from a plane window over New York City. At first I thought this was just a bird, but when you slow it down, that is definitely not a bird. That's an object. What object it is exactly is hard to say, but if it was a piece of plane falling off or something similar, you'd think it would just fall straight down. But this is moving in the opposite direction of the plane in a horizontal fashion.
Not necessarily. I don't think if it was something that got thrown from the plane, it wouldn't just fall straight down. You would pass by it for sure, and then it would slowly kind of make its way down, but I don't think it would just drop.
Potomac River sighting. Submitted by the National UFO Reporting Center, this 3.5-minute clip shows what looks to be a massive craft, or possibly multiple smaller crafts, in the skies above the unincorporated community of Ridge in St. Mary's County, Maryland, United States. It was taken on November 28, 2023, and is a spectacular sight, whatever it is. Take a look.
Reminds you of Signs a little bit.
According to the eyewitness who tracked and recorded the event, the object hovered approximately half a mile above the major Potomac River, which flows from the Potomac Highlands in West Virginia to the Chesapeake Bay in Maryland. Despite its sheer size and intimidating presence, it did not emit a single sound while lingering in the air for nearly 5 minutes, before disappearing out of sight. We have no clue what this one could be. It's interesting though, because in 2018, an April Fool's Day prank shed light on the Potomac River. It was said that the removal crews of the US Armed Corps of Engineers had seemingly pulled a small alien spacecraft out of the waters. After a brief pause for breath, the story was exposed as a joke, but it has since made people curious about what lies beneath the rivers, lakes and oceans of Earth. And some have wondered if something was recovered in 2018, but was covered up as a joke to silence interest in the case. What do you think's going on there?
Well, I mean, I do know that they do try to hide this shit no matter what. I mean, a practical joke not that long ago would actually make a lot of sense, and a lot of people would probably buy that. Like, oh, that makes sense, it's a practical joke, okay, never mind, it's not a big deal, guys, it's nothing. But they might, people might use that as a way to cover up, and I'm sure a lot of people certainly believed that it was probably a practical joke. But yeah, why would a spacecraft show up after they had already supposedly retrieved this said spacecraft? Maybe they showed up, trying to pick it up or whatnot, and they noticed it's not there anymore. I don't know. Right? Pretty hellish looking, honestly. Pretty creepy. I'd be a little bit nervous myself standing there and recording that. But we never get to see it leave. He says it just vanishes, but we never get to see it. We just get to see that little bit of it. That's what kind of like puts me off just a smidge, is that we never get to see it leave. We just got to assume it left, and yeah. Crazy cool, though.
Cornish UFO. On April 17, 2020, in the historic ceremonial county of Cornwall in the south of England, a translucent object was captured on film, baffling those who have seen and studied the footage. Filmed on a webcam across St. Ives Bay on the Atlantic coast of the northwest area of the country at around 9 p.m, the orb can be seen coming into view in the distance, hovering above the water. It seems to emit a foggy trail behind itself as it abruptly stops before shooting up into the sky above at high speed. Take a look at this one.
So there's things going on the beach, but whilst that's happening, this object is just basically hovering, and then it suddenly shoots off into the sky, leaving a kind of weird white trail.
When slowed down, the footage clearly shows the white trail coming out of the bottom of the craft as it shoots off into the clouds, a phenomenon which has now become known as instantaneous acceleration. Until now, no man-made aerial technology other than drones have the capacity to conduct such feats, especially at high speed. Video analysts cannot detect any suspicious tampering of the footage, nor can they agree on what it actually is.
Yeah, but let's be real, the camera quality is kind of crappy, and that thing's at a pretty far, distance away. I'm not trying to, say it's not a UFO, but at the same time, it very much could be a drone and just leaving a trail through the camera. I mean, it looks like a crappy quality camera, so it would not surprise me all too much if it was just an effect with, again, the security camera. I don't know, it doesn't come off to me like this automatically means it's like a UFO, and why would a UFO need to leave a trail? I mean, it literally doesn't add up. I've never heard of that before, never happening before. So yeah, that wouldn't make any sense why it would do that, right?
We've seen this type of unidentified object before on the 29th of January 2011 in the ancient city of Jerusalem, where a ball of light hovered above the Temple Mount. Similar to this video, the orb descends, hovers for a few seconds, and then shoots off into the heavens. Is this a hoax, or is this really a new form of extraterrestrial technology? If you ask me, we're not alone.
If you ask me, we're not alone. I don't believe we are either.
The Jellyfish UFO.
Oh, this is the one people were telling me I need to react to. I never did. I said I was going to go ahead and check out the Jellyfish UFO stuff, and I never did. Okay, finally.
A friend of the channel, Jeremy Corbell, an American ufologist, filmmaker, and contemporary artist, who along with Dr. Stephen Greer has been at the forefront of UAP disclosure projects over the years. The footage was filmed near a US military base and spread like wildfire across social media platforms after it was first posted by Jeremy on his Instagram channel. We see a circular object with hanging attachments, similar to tentacles or elongated limbs, as it moves at a steady speed in one direction over the joint US operations base in Iraq. The recording was reportedly captured in October 2018, So was this a militarized or undercover test? Was it a spy craft sent by an enemy to conduct reconnaissance? Or are we really not alone in this world? So that's it from me. Keep searching, everyone.
It's crazy looking. It really reminds you of something from like Star Wars, doesn't it? Like, have you ever seen the movie District 9? For some reason, I'm getting those kind of vibes just looking at that. My first instinct is to kind of say it doesn't feel legit. Technology today is so effing advanced. They could easily put something like this together. I mean, one of the things I was kind of trying to notice with this Jellyfish UFO stuff is that though it looks cool and it's interesting, it seemed like nobody noticed it. And I just do not see anybody noticing. The only thing that noticed it was the security camera. So like either they were following it and, you know, we got that, but nobody around seemed to notice that it was even hovering above them. And it doesn't look like that small of a little, you know, device. So that is kind of weird to me. And none of the dogs even reacted. There was dogs there and they looked like they were just minding their own business. It would not surprise me if that was just complete CGI just to go along with the camera moving. Because again, I didn't see nobody reacting to it.
Was it a spy craft sent by an enemy to conduct reconnaissance?
But it does look like it's moving in front of stuff. But that's not like that's not impossible to like make out of CGI.
This world. So that's it from me. Keep searching, everyone. And if you can, take a walk tonight in the dark and see what you can spot in the skies.
But it also could be just something, you know, man-made too. It's just from this distance with this camera quality, it would look odd. But I'm leaning more towards CGI.
Hanging attachments.
It's crazy. It's cool looking, but it would not surprise me if that was just straight CG.
Similar to tentacles.
Well, it does kind of blend in, so that would maybe explain why nobody saw it. But then why is the camera picking it up?
Elongated limbs.
Like the shittiest camouflage ever.
As it moves at a steady speed in one direction over the joint US operations base in Iraq. The recording was reportedly captured in October 2018. So was this a militarized or undercover test? Was it a spy craft sent by an enemy to conduct reconnaissance? Or are we really not alone in this world? So that's it from me. Keep searching, everyone. And if you can, take a walk tonight in the dark and see what you can spot in the skies. Thanks for watching. Take care.
Creepy. It's cool. It's cool, but I just so far there's a couple that really fascinated me. The Potomac River sighting, that was pretty cool. I like that one. I will say this Ukrainian troop with the thing just hovering in the sky, that's pretty interesting. The Orbs was pretty cool. But yeah, for the last one there, it's cool looking, but man, does it not feel legitimate. Again, it reminds me of something straight out of District 9. Yeah, I'm a little mixed on most of these. I feel like I've seen so much better UFO footage, though. I feel like we didn't really get that many good ones here. I'm kind of curious to know, guys, what did you think of that? Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys disagree with me? Do you think there was actually some really good evidence in there that you guys think in the comment section? So hit the like button again, subscribe to the channel, go support the original video. Let me know in the comments which one was the most surprising to you and which one do you think could be the most real? Or do you think they're all just a big elaborate hoax? Which, if you have that opinion, leave it in the comments, of course, and so on and so forth. So until next time, guys, please do take care.
Through